Okay. You guys ready for this? We're gonna do a poll. Right. The first level is Boggy Swamp. Boggy Swamp tier. S, A, B, C, and D. Duration will be 1 minute because I'm not going to be talking about it for that long. But, you know, you guys just, well, okay. First, I got to talk about what I would rate Boggy, right? So, also, I think I'm going to post this to YouTube. So, hi, YouTube. Welcome to another video. This is going to be completely unedited, where I just talk about each level and what I would rate them. So here we go. Here we go. First level is Boggy Swamp. I think I'm in the minority when I say I really actually love Boggy Swamp. I think this is probably going to be the biggest twist in terms of popular levels. But I really love just the way Boggy feels. It's so much different than every other level. And I love the vibe. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I really like the unique enemies. Like the frog is kind of fricked up, but I love him. I just really love the vibe of this level. I don't know. However, after some thinking, after some thoughts, although this is a top 3 level for me, I am putting this in A tier. This is like an A+ tier. Yeah. So it looks like a lot of people put this in B tier. Most people put it in B tier. 1 S, 3 A, 12 Bs, 9 Cs, and 3 Ds. Alright. Go ahead. The criteria is based on both casual play and speed running for me, I guess. Next level is Fire Canyon. S, A, B, C, D. So for those that are on YouTube, I'm actually, you know, I'm letting my chat also vote on which tier these levels are gonna be. Hey, I'm looking real wide. Hi, Zoe. Fire Canyon is it's fun. It's very, very short. I think that's its only downfall. Fire Canyon, I think, is the first, or one of the first level that actually gave me a lot of excitement as a kid first playing it. Just cause, I mean, it was the first time you used the zoomer, and I always got really, really close to death casually. And so I had a lot of fun. Super, super short, but fun. I think it's another downfall of, you know, it's Fire Canyon Skip, the home of Fire Canyon Skip, and I hate it. But I'm not gonna really let that affect my vote too much. I'm gonna put it at B tier. It seems most people said C tier. C tier. 2 for S, 7 for A, 10 for B, 18 for C, and 3 for D. Not bad, not bad. Next up is Forbidden Jungle. FJ tier. S, A, B, C, D. Alright. So we got FJ. FJ is actually one of those levels for me. I think the enemies in this level are really, really cool. I think the snake is like, although he never gets used anywhere else, I find, you know, I don't know. I really like the snake. I really like just the whole vibe of this level. Another big highlight of this level is Fish. Fantastic mini game. I think it's very iconic. This is the only level with a mini boss in it. 10 Temple has its own little vibe as well. There's just a very very solid level overall. It's a shame that I feel like a lot of the solid levels are early on in this game. And I actually agree with you guys. You guys said A tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier as well. I completely agree with what you guys put here. 14 S tiers, 24 A tiers, 3 B tiers, no C and D tiers. I think FJ is just a really, really solid level overall. Why'd I put slash tier? Slash pull. Next is, there's a Geyser. Geyser tier. S. Oh. A, B, C, D. Okay, Geyser Rock is obviously the tutorial level of the game. Quite a short level, but it's solid. I think it's a very, very solid introduction to this Jak game and the Jak series. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here, and there's nothing that, like, you know, that puts it over the top for me, but it's a very, very solid first level. And I think comparatively to the other levels, it's not, you know, it's not anything special. There's not like a highlight for this level. It's literally just introducing you to the game. So for that reason alone, I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm actually surprised with the amount of S tiers in this. Yeah. S and B tier tied. That's interesting. People very much like this level, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. All right. Next up is Citadel. Yeah, I think Geyser, I mean, as a tutorial level, like, it's not like, I don't know, the greatest of things. It's cool. But yeah, it's not like the most interesting of things. All right, Citadel Gaming. I'm just gonna start with this. Citadel is unfinished. Citadel is not a finished level. This level was very obviously rushed, in my opinion. I think the whole introduction of all the sages was a cool idea. I think it was a very cool idea, but it wasn't executed in the best way. It's just kind of like, if you're following the lore, right? If you're following the story of the game, this all just kind of gets thrown at you. Like, all the sages just kind of get thrown at you. Like, here they are. Here's like their 10-second cutscene. Have fun. And this level's not very, as a final level, it's not very intense. It's not very intense. It's not like, for me, it doesn't really catch my eye in any way. It's just kind of like, here you go. Here you go. Take it or leave it. And it's, I don't know, it's not the greatest of things. And for that reason, and this is going to be my only D tier. This is the only unfinished level, in my opinion. Like, this is not a level that I like. Even in the speedrun, I don't really like this level. I should listen to Josh before I actually vote. I mean, that's the thing about it. I'm not gonna, like, I want you guys to vote how you're gonna vote. You know, I don't want to influence your vote in any way. But yeah, it looks like most people voted B tier, which, I mean, hey, there you go. You know, that's the beauty of this. We get some differing opinions. Lava Tube tier. S, A, B, C, or D? Came here. All right, so we got lava tube. Um, lava tube was I mean, it's cool in the sense I sort of like its length. I'd say it's a little bit too long for me. Um, you can kind of tell that this one was a bit rushed as well. Um, reason being, the 50 orbs in this level are all in the first section. They're all in the first section of lava tube, so like the orbs aren't really spread out in the level. Um, but I think it's fun. Like I had some fun times in this level, and then of course the speedrunning aspect of it. Uh, there's that shortcut that's nice with the two blue eco, and there's also lava tube skip. Um, it's not a bad time, but it's not like a great time either. You know what I mean? It's just uh, I don't know. It's not super intense for the final like connector level between Hub 3 and the final area. Um, but for that reason, I'm gonna put it in C tier, and you guys did as well. Uh, we had one S, 9 A's, 12 B's, 19 C's, and 1 D. That makes sense to me. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Next is LPC. Let's see, LPC tier S, A, B, C, D. All right. LPC is one of my favorite levels. um, it is a godlike level for me. I think each room sort of has its own like cool little challenge. Like you got the very first room where you've got a time challenge with the platforms, the platforms that come up from the water. The next room, I guess there's a little tiny room, but that I wouldn't really count that one. The next big room has the three tubes, with the interesting like the two little platforms that move. I think that this whole area is like freaking sick. Each part, it's got puzzle skip or not puzzle. Well, in the speedrun, it's got puzzle skip, but the puzzle's really cool and unique. You have the slides which have orbs on them, and casually that's always a fun time. I think this level is just cool all around. The aesthetic is also awesome. And I never want it out. I never want it out of this level. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. I had fun all the way through. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of the way LPC looks. Felt jarring coming from the rest of the game, but I can see how people would like that. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, of course, this is a very subjective thing, and I understand that people, some people don't think that LPC is, a very well designed, or not well designed, but the aesthetic isn't great. But I don't know. Personally, it's freaking fantastic. Great experiences all around. Okay. Next up is Misty Island. Misty Island is, I think the level itself is decent. What adds to it though, especially casually, is the fact that Misty Island is like literally one of the first places, if not, I think it's literally the first place that you see. And the story of it all is supposed to make you feel scared of it. And I think having that sort of background for a level is important. I think it really did the level well. Because I remember as a kid, like As a kid going to this level, I was legitimately scared because, Samos told me like, you shouldn't go here. You shouldn't go here. And I think that added to the level really well. There's also the Muse, and I think everyone loves the Muse. Catching the Muse is always really fun. The Misty ambush is pretty cool. I love that aspect of it. This is also one of the only levels where you get to use. Another thing I forgot about Boggy, that I'm gonna sort of mention here. You get to use the zoomer in this level for part of the level and not the whole thing. I think that's really cool, adding that to that. And Boggy has Flut Flood as well. One of the only levels with Flut Flood, and I love Flut Flood. I love using her. So that's another thing added to Boggy that I like. But anyways, I'm gonna put Misty in A tier. And I agree with you guys. Most of you guys put Misty Island in A tier. I don't think I'd put it above FJ or above Boggy. But yeah. Like if I were to order these, like Geyser would definitely be ahead of Fire Canyon here. But yeah. Slash poll. So next up is Mountain Pass. I guess I'll wait to start talking about it. I did not turn off text-to-speech for the video. You guys can go crazy.
Heyo, Beef Bro, did you remember to turn off TTS for the vid? Op when you spanking.
Thank you for the bits, Beef Bro. I appreciate it. So next up is Mountain Pass. I think casually the boss fight with Claw is fantastic. I think as repetitive as it is, I guess, it's not that long and you're engaged pretty much the entire time. And of course the level itself, Mountain Pass right afterwards. I really like the fact that you race the purple lurkers. I think that's a very fun and very different compared to like Fire Canyon and Lava Tube, where there's just a bunch of fire everywhere. Mountain Pass is a really cool, just a really cool, how do I explain this? Because it's different from Fire Canyon and Lava Tube. Like, I appreciate the fact that they didn't do it the same way. And they did it really well too. For that reason, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I don't know if I'd put it like above Misty just because it's so short. But I really appreciate how they did everything in Mountain Pass. I really do. And yeah, not to mention the music as well. The music in Mountain Pass is a banger. I love it. So yeah. And Mountain Pass has tree hops. Smile. Okay, now next up we got Basin. Basin. C, D, all right. Okay. Yo, Stellar. Basin's a cool level. I'm gonna start out with that. One thing I didn't, it kind of sucks because this is one of those levels where you really liked it or you really didn't. You really liked it or you really didn't. You really can't sit on one side with this level because it's always because of the zoomer. The zoomer is such a heavy part. It is literally the entirety of this level. And if you don't like using the zoomer, then you're not gonna like this level. Although I really do love how the zoomer moves. I really appreciate the fact that the zoomer controls so well. Basin doesn't really do it for me. The level itself doesn't really do it for me. There are some cool aspects to it. Like I really like the race, like Dead Man's Gorge. Um, Outside of that, like moles are annoying as frick. Um, the purple lurkers are annoying as frick. uh, I am very, at least casually, I was very on the fence about the dark eco plants. Um, I think like I just don't have a very strong opinion about this level. I think. Uh, I appreciate the fact that it is so much different than everything else, though. Like there is no level with 8 power cells that uses the zoomer exclusively. Um, so I found that pretty cool, and I think I didn't see what you guys. I think A tier was was the idea there. What you guys put, but I'm gonna put this in B tier because while I appreciate how different it is and the design of the level, I guess I'm not the biggest fan of its gameplay. Outside of Dead Man's Gorge. Next up is Rock Village. Oh, you guys put that, was there 14 in A and 13 for S? That was cool. You guys really like Basin. Rock Village tier. S, A, B, C, D. Alright. Rock Village time. Rock Village is it's really hard to rate levels like Crater, Rock Village, and Sandover. I really like I think the biggest thing that I like about this level in particular is the fact that Claw is sitting at the top of it throwing boulders everywhere. I think that's really awesome. The NPCs in Rock Village, as well, like for one, I don't think any of them are like disinterested or just not interesting. But like, I don't know. It's hard for me to put a level like this, you know, a hub level above B tier. It's really hard for me to do that. But I think I would put this in C tier. I would if it weren't for Claw throwing boulders up there. I think that part is like really cool. Because they set you up for Claw really well, I think. Like this whole area is setting you up for Claw in that really cool boss fight. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. Yeah, and obviously Mountain Pass delivered. As you know, I put it in A tier. And you guys agree, you guys put B tier as well. A lot of you did. And yeah, I am inclined to agree. Alright. Here we go. Next up is Sandover. I'm curious to see what you guys think of this. Sandover is obviously the first level that you get to outside of Geyser. This is what you hop into. I think this is gonna be really this is a really weird one for me to rate. As like I said, all these hub levels are really weird for me to rate. There's not much to this level. I mean, it's a hub level, so there really shouldn't be. You know what I mean? It's a very, like, if you're talking about Jack 1, you're probably thinking about this level, right? Like, this level definitely comes to mind. But in terms of content, like, there isn't a whole lot, you know what I mean? As there shouldn't be, you know? As there shouldn't be. It is a it is a hub level. Like I said before, I have a hard time putting hub levels above B tier. Um, I have a hard time because there's levels like, LPC that go in S tier, and level like these levels deserve A tier, and Sandover is not on that level. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. Yeah, because it's better than, it's better than Lava Tube and Citadel, in my opinion. That's for sure. You guys most of you put this in S tier. I'm actually really surprised at that. I think it's just for the nostalgia effect. I really don't think there's enough like good content to put this in S tier, but that's why we're doing this. I love the differing opinions. Next up is Sentinel. Sentinel is... I like Sentinel. Sentinel's a cool level. I think my favorite part about this level is the fact... I think it's the Pelican. I really love the Pelican. Because I think I have there's like a nostalgic... just like a nostalgic past with this level for me. Just racing the Pelican and losing. Losing several times. But I was never not having fun in this level. I think the more that I play it, as a speed run, it gets less interesting for sure. Cause I don't know. It like the more I play it, the less it does for me, I guess. This is a really hard one to rate because I'm not putting this in S tier. I'm not putting this in S tier. It doesn't deserve that. But I can't really think of anything that could put this. Like, I'm looking at these A tier levels, and Sentinel, while I think it's not unique enough to be put into A tier, I think the aesthetic of it all might be enough to break that A tier. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think it looks really good, and it seems like you guys are inclined to agree. Most of you put this in A tier. Second most chosen option was S. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier. If I had to like actually place this in here, I'd probably put it. No, I think it stays right here. I think it stays right here. I like Mountain Pass more, Misty, FJ, and Boggy more. Yeah, that's true. Sentinel does have some cool hidden stuff. The cannon is a lot of fun to use. There's not a lot for the cannon to. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of content with the cannon, but I mean it's still cool. It's a cool addition for sure. Goku tier? Why did I type /tier? Goku tier. Alright. Next up. Oh. Not a wow. What'd I do? Okay. Snowy tier. Oh wow. Not me golding a split. Alright. Here we go. Snowy. Snowy is lovely. Snowy is easily one of my favorite levels in this game. I think it is the only, and I don't want to disrespect Spider Cave, but it is one of like the only memorable late game levels. I constantly, whenever I speak to someone who has played this game before, and they've actually like played through it, this is like the level that they remember, at least in my experience. And I am definitely inclined to agree with that. Snowy has Flut Flut. It's like the only other level other than, you know, Boggy with Flut Flut. And obviously y'all know how much I love Flut Flut. Speedrun wise, this is easily top 2. It's funny because I think these two are probably my favorite, LPC and Snowy, speedrunning wise and casually. But the fact that you can use Flut Flut throughout the entire level is goated as frick.
Outrack Gaming.
It's goated. And I don't think anyone can tell me otherwise. And I think you guys agree. Looking at the poll, I think you guys agree. I don't know if I'd put Snowy above LPC or LPC above Snowy, but they both definitely deserve to be up here. Pause, thank you so much for continuing the gift sub you got from Luigi. I appreciate it. Josh, I agree, but I'm gonna tell you otherwise. All right, I don't think there's much that needs to be said about Snowy other than the fact that it's goated. Spider Cave. Oh, I didn't put responses. All right. Spider Cave. Spooky level. This is it's crazy because I actually thought about this quite a lot. Way more than I should have last night. So my initial thought was I hate Spider Cave, right? My initial thought was I hate Spider Cave. Then I kind of remember the design. I look at this picture and I'm like, I really like this first room. And then I thought of everything else in Spider Cave and I'm like, I don't like it. Robot Room is one of the worst rooms simply because it's so unintuitive. Like, no one knows where to go. No one knows where the hell to go in Robot Room once you get there for the first time. It's like, this is like, what? What? It's like a damn, I don't even know how to explain. It's like a playground. It's compared to everything else, it's so unintuitive. And yeah. And I can understand how people would love the playground. I understand that. I can totally understand that. But when I came here, I didn't want to be here for long. Whenever I got here, I did not want to be here for long. So for that, I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's more like a C- for me. Yeah. I don't like to be here. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's what it comes down to. Let's see what you guys. I didn't know what you guys thought. I didn't see the thing. What you guys put. There's nothing in particular I dislike of it besides being kind of unintuitive, but overall there's something that doesn't make me appreciate it. It's just the vibes are off, man. The vibes are just off. B1 by a tiny bit. Okay. It was pretty mixed. Yeah. That's fair. And see, you know, that's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel. Of course, the vibes are off. It's full of spiders. Facts. Crater. Crater. Tier. B, C. Whoops. D. Okay, so Crater. This is out of the 3 hub levels, the worst of the 3. There's something so unfinished about this level. I can't. I know I said Citadel was the only unfinished one. Crater is like. You got mine carts. You have like one NPC to talk to. I don't know if Oracle does even count, but you have one. You have the rails. That's the highlight. You got rails and miners. That's really it. This place is just a lava pit. Uh, it's not. I don't know. It's not interesting. It's not that interesting. I don't think. It's just kind of there. I feel like I remember hearing something of like this level there was meant to be something else in this level, which makes sense because like if you look at Rock Village and you look at Sandover, there's more to do there. And this level just it don't got it. It's not done. Like it was definitely rushed. It's finished, but it's like not done. You know what I mean? It's like you take the brownies out of the oven 10 minutes too early. You know what I mean? They look finished, but it's not done. You know what I mean? And there's also only 2 levels actually in this hub.
Too long. How is everyone on this? The day of Yoshi's and Chat's birth.
Yo, Cobra, thank you for the 25 bits, dude. Doing pretty good, man. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm gonna put. I don't know. I'm very torn on whether to put this in D plus tier or C minus. But it's like very much in that range. You know what I mean? I'm leaning more towards D. Just because Spider Cave is a finished level, and Lava Tube is a finished level, but I'm going to put it in D tier because these 2 levels are just not. They're not all there. They're not all there. I don't know what you guys put. I think did you guys put C in the tier? I don't know. What don't you like about Citadel? It's not done. It's not done. That's kind of the main reason. So yeah, there you have it. We got LPC and Snowy in S tier, Boggy, FJ, Misty, Mountain Pass, and Sentinel in A tier. That's a really strong A tier, I feel like. Geyser, Fire Canyon, Basin, Rock Village, and Sandover in B tier. Lava Tube and Spider Cave in C tier, and Crater and Citadel in D tier. I like it. I don't want to change anything. So if you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Make sure to go check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/outrageousjosh. Probably in the description somewhere. Thanks for watching. Peace out.